on games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 biggie bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink, all for just $5.
You got that bag. You got that biggie bag. You got that bag.
That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're going to feel when you get that biggie bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Check out great summer specials at Macy's Memorial Day Sale, like Swim Chill Love, $12.99 to $25.99. Swim Hill Live-In, 40% off, and 40% off casual sandals and more. Or get an extra 20% off more summer essentials with your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster during Star Money Bonus Days. Going on now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
As a kids, we all loved hopping on our bikes and hitting the road.
I'll be back for dinner. See ya.
Well, bikes just got reinvented for us big kids. If you haven't tried an electric bike, you have no idea what you're missing. Hit the road, the trails, or the beach by pedaling or not pedaling.
It's like being a kid all over again. Why not start with the best? Hemingway e-bikes are the best fat tire electric bikes sold. Since 2017, Hemingway is known for durability, price, safety, and fun. Hemingway is the long-range e-bike experts, taking you faster and farther on a single charge. Hemingway sells direct to the consumer, ships right to your home, and has over 2,000 five-star reviews. Choose from 7 models, all with an unprecedented 2-year warranty. Find out why over 50,000 customers called Hemingway the best e-bike there is. Go to HemingwayEbike.com. That's HIMIWAY ebike.com. Use promo code FANATIC and save $150. Go to HemingwayEbike.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Monday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I know you think I should be in a pretty damn bad mood today, but I'm not. I'm not, and I will tell you why here in a little bit. We're going to talk about all the football games that happened over the weekend, and you expect I'm going to be grumpy and snippy and possibly throwing things, kicking small animals, pushing old ladies in the traffic, that sort of thing, but I'm not. And I will tell you why. I'm actually in a celebratory mood right now. I will get to that here in just a little bit.
Okay.
But there was good and bad in sports over the weekend. Let's talk about the good. Yankees. Oh, you got swept. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, just doesn't it? Doesn't it feel good? Do you feel like
it makes the heart strong, doesn't it?
Oh, my cockles are cockling, and I just got to say, a boo-hoo. Okay, a boo-hoo, Yankees. So yes, that's that's a sweep, and back to the old drawing board. I hope they don't fire anyone. Please don't fire anyone.
Specifically, Aaron Boone. You just need him to get there and just keep choking every year. Just do that.
He's got a family. Okay, so
he's got a family.
So close, so close. Hey, hang in there, Yankees, and fire nobody.
Yeah,
trade nobody. Keep going, buddy. Anyway, so the bad news on that, with the good news and the bad news is, well, now you got the cheating asterisks going to the World Series, and that's not fun. That's no fun. we're not supposed to have forgiven them yet, are we? I mean, I know that most of the cheaters aren't on that team anymore, but it's on principle, right, Randy? We should still bang the trash cans and heckle them.
Yeah, I mean, they can't escape the heckling that easy. I mean, when you play the Astros, I mean, you should climb on it pretty good because they were caught cheating, and none of the players had that 2017 World Championship stripped from them. So, yeah, I think you just give it to them all the way that you can. But a couple of stats. If you're into stats, the Yankees batted 162. 162.
Impressive.
In the 2022 postseason. That is Division Series and ALCS combined 162. And another one for you stat freaks, the Astros, the last, 2017, 2019, and 2022, they lost to the Astros those 3 seasons in a row.
Oh, man, I want to like the Astros because of that. I want to like them, but the cheating thing, I'm in conflict.
I got you. The Astros, one more. I got one more for you.
Okay.
One more. The Astros are trying to tie, I think it is one of the 70s Cincinnati Reds teams going undefeated through all the playoff games and World Series. In other words, sweeping the ALDS, sweeping the ALCS, and sweeping the World Series. To be undefeated, that would be done. The only second team in history to have ever done that in Major League Baseball.
Do you think the Phillies can be bowled over like that, or is this going to be a good series?
I think it's. I think it's going to be a good series. I think there's pitching on both sides. The Phillies are hot at the right time. And hey, by the way, all you guys that didn't want a second wild card, well, guess what? Phillies are a wild card team, and they have gotten hot at the right time. And they are the ones going to the World Series. And by the way, a lot of people are like, oh, where these Phillies come from? They started out, Joe Girardi, former Yankees catcher. He was their manager at the beginning of the season. He got fired, and Rob Thomas has taken over as interim manager. I have a feeling he's going to be the manager signed to a deal for quite some time. And Bryce Harper can do no wrong in the eyes of Philadelphia. Hit that walk-off home run, just last night to secure the World Series berth for the Phillies.
How do you go from a Yankee guy to the lead singer of Matchbox 20 and find yourself in the World Series? That is
Joe Girardi.
Joe
Girardi was a former Yankee guy. I don't know if Rob Thomas was actually part of Matchbox.
Well, I mean, he's got his own solo career. He did some stuff with Santana. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah. Anyway, so what I love is the way the Yankees work and think. And Aaron Boone, please don't fire him. Please don't fire him. Let me tell you why I love this. He says, all right, guys, gather around. Listen up. I know we're down 3-0.
Oh, no.
Here's my motivational speech to you. The last time somebody was up 3-0 and they blew that lead, the magic things happened. Who was that team? Well, that was us. But anyway, we were the team that blew the 3-0 lead. Maybe this isn't the best. Maybe we should all just go take some batting practice. That's fine. I love the Yankees as they are right now. And I'm just so happy. So happy they
I knew you would be,
when it matters.
Yeah, I knew you would. Yeah,
it's a very expensive team, and it's a team that will mow through a whole lot of people. And it just seems like at this point in the year they blow it.
Every year,
I love it.
They were the best team in baseball before the All-Star break, and since the All-Star break, they have struggled to make things happen. So. Yankees.
Maybe you should hold the paychecks till the end of the year. They're spending a lot of money on a lot of stuff. Maybe just as incentive, we'll hold the paycheck.
Well, the one thing that I saw yesterday, post game, Aaron Judge came out to do his presser after the game, and he didn't have Yankee uniform on. Didn't have a Yankee hat.
Oh,
he had his street clothes on. So at the end of last night's game, Aaron Judge became a free agent. He's no longer employed by the New York Yankees. And I found it interesting that he did not have any Yankee gear on whatsoever.
Yeah. that is, you know how you have the soldiers when they would get captured, and then they'd be on video, and they'd be making these little hand signals or these little like twitches that show you they're under duress. Well, that was Aaron Judge just basically walking around saying, "Come get me! I'm ready to leave. Would like a World Series, please."
Yeah. If this is the one time the Yankees decide not to spend money, I think they're insane.
Absolutely. But Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton were a non-factor. Both of them had one home run, I think, each, and both of them just really crapped the bed when it came to the ALCS. Both of them, they did not add anything to the Yankees lineup whatsoever. The entire damn lineup just went silent.
So somebody remind me, what is it about the Phillies that I'm not supposed to like? Is there a guy who beat his wife? Was there some sort of weirdness on the Phillies? Because I don't remember, because I feel like I need to root for the Phillies, because now that the Yankees have been tossed aside, I want to root against the Asterisks, unless there's a reason they shouldn't. So if you know anything, now's the time.
I don't know of anything that would be substantial like that for for the Phillies. I mean,
wife beaters.
I don't know.
I don't
not
think
that I'm aware of. I mean,
I don't.
Could be out there, but I haven't. Of all the major guys on that team, there's nothing out there.
Kitten kickers, anything. Just
well,
anything.
I mean, it's from Philadelphia, so.
I'll tell you what, that is an interesting thing. If the Phillies were to win this, and then the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Sorry, Keon.
Why are you spelling out specific nightmares?
I'm just saying.
The two of those things. I got friends from Philly. Do you know how much my phone would blow
and
up?
then the Flyers
they would never
win the Stanley Cup somehow.
Ready, please.
I'm just saying.
Ready, please. I'm telling you, that is a nightmare.
Oh, it happened in Tampa Bay,
and I'm not even kidding. That is a nightmare I literally had once. I do not want the city of Philadelphia to be happy. I don't like them. Almost all their teams are in my division, so like I just especially do not like them. Bryce Harper used to be on my damn team. I'm not rooting for the Phillies.
Is this why you don't even like cheesesteak?
I like cheesesteak though.
Well, see, you gotta love cheesesteak.
Yeah.
There's no Well, Tampa Bay had their run, and if Philly has, I'm only saying it'd be interesting. I'm not saying that I would giggle in delight at your uncomfort, but still, it would be something. So I guess when does this damn thing start? Does it start
Friday night? Game one, Friday night.
They get a little bit of break.
Yeah, four days off. So yeah, Friday night.
All right, there you go. So World Series, Phillies, Asterisks. Are we all officially rooting for the Phillies?
Jeez,
is that us?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I'm going to be rooting for the National League because the Diamondbacks are a National League team.
Who gives a crap?
Well, I do, and that's just the way I go. I'm a National League team.
You're the old school, or like, well, what are you, Democrat or Republican? Mom, what are we? You're a Democrat. Okay, here we go.
Secondary, I don't like Jose Altuve. Ever since that scandal, I used to think he was
what scandal? I told you to tell me what was the
that was the trash can bang
when he wore the
he's still there.
And so he's still with the Astros.
Okay, well then let's all hate the Astros.
But I like Dusty Baker. I've always liked Dusty Baker. I've always even though he used to beat the hell out of the Diamondbacks, and I used to call him Crusty Baker. I like the guy. Came in, straightened up the team. He's got them, as far as I know, playing, without any sort of cheating, scandalous thing going on. He's an integrous man. I like Dusty Baker, but I'm a National League guy. I mean, I got to go with the Phillies.
Oh, all right. Well, fine. That's what I want to do anyway. So, Keon, will you go for the Phillies on this one just because you hate cheating and you're a man of great integrity? And if you go with the Astros, we might look at you differently.
Well, I hope you don't look at me differently because of what Randy said. Dusty Baker is a guy of high integrity. They're not going to be cheating while Dusty Baker is the manager of that team. And I cannot root for the Phillies. I hate them. I do not want to root for them. I will never root for them. I will die first.
There you go.
All right, fine. But at least I got Randy on my side.
Yeah. So,
as long as there's no player on the Phillies that has a sordid checkered past.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
All right. Just checking because I got to root for somebody.
I don't even really hate Bryce like that. You just can't root for the Phillies.
Well, I mean, how about this though, guys? Talk about diversity in Major League Baseball. A team that won 86 games, the Philadelphia Phillies, is going to the World Series. Another team that won 106 games, the Houston Astros, going to the World Series. It's got to show you that no matter what's going on in the season, you can turn things around. And as long as you get into the playoffs, anything is possible.
Unless you're the Diamondbacks. 888-368-1580. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Monday. Well, what an awful weekend for my sports teams. ASU football lost a heartbreaker to lowly Stanford in front of 500 fans.
Yeah.
Padres out of the playoffs. I hate all the teams left. And Coyotes lost big. We got to get cheered up here. We will. We're going to talk football and stuff later, but I do want to take a moment on that ASU game. You can't call them lowly Stanford when they beat lowly ASU. Okay, so let's just be honest about where we're at with ASU football. I'm going to be a fan. I'm going to cheer them on. I'm going to hope for the best. But this program ain't great. This program, I don't know, ain't even good. So, they got beat by a field goal kicker. By the way, field goal kicker beat ASU. And if you can't defend the field well enough to keep that little guy out of range, you deserve the 15-14 beating that you took. So,
but also when you hold a team to 15 points,
yeah,
you should win the football game. You did well enough on defense. Your offense has to put points on the board. And look, Stanford, the only way Stanford's going to beat you is if you score 14 points. Go look at their schedule.
Yeah.
Who have they beaten? Oh, the teams they've beaten have only scored 14 points. So otherwise,
they
teams
beat Notre Dame
16-14.
Yeah.
They when you play Stanford, you should be able to score on them if you have anything that resembles a functioning offense.
So now we've created a monster too. ASU created a monster in Joshua Carty because Joshua Carty believes he's special now. In an interview, so he said, he's like, oh yeah, of course I believe I'm the best kicker in America. I have to. A lot of that's due to Pete Alomar coming and pulling me aside at the beginning of the season. He just reinforced why I'm here, who I am. And yeah, it helped my mentality a lot. I'm the best damn kicker in America. Pump the brakes, kid. Come on.
He does get more work than most kickers, but that's mostly because his team settles for so many damn field goals.
Yeah. From how many yards, child? How many yards? Shut up. Just shut up. It's college football. Anyway, so Emory Jones, not looking great. Is it more about the defense or is it more about Emory Jones? 15-25 passing and 212 yards a game is what Stanford usually stops you at. And how many yards did we get with Emory Jones?
The yardage was fine. That wasn't the issue. I mean, I think he got 229.
Okay,
but you got to be able to get into the end zone, and he had an interception. It was just, who on earth could he possibly have been throwing the ball to besides the Stanford linebacker that he threw the ball to? It's the decision making with him, and it's always been that, and it hasn't changed, which is why I was a little surprised that Sean Aguano decided to go back to Emory Jones when he came back from his injury.
Well, he did say being injured don't mean you're out of job. I bet he's rethinking that thought process today. All right, so the ASU loss, that was a bad thing. But a good thing is, and a bad thing. First good thing, Suns beat the Clippers 112-95, and Chris Paul got his 11,000th assist, which it was kind of a nice play the way it happened. You know, he had an alley-oop pass DeAndre Ayton who dunked on that. So it was, hooray, 11,000 assists. Okay, that just means you're old as hell. And of course, the game before, though, the Portland Trailblazers beat the Suns in overtime because Dame Lillard decided to have 41 points. So, all right, I'm not worried about the Suns at all. I think they're still a great team. I don't think, again, they're getting much respect in any rankings. And by the way, if you're really paying attention to the rankings after 3 games, you're an idiot. But, I don't feel like they're in any kind of trouble. They got Golden State tomorrow, so that'll be an interesting game to watch. If they keep it close or beat Golden State, I'm okay. If they get skunked by Golden State, I'm not so okay. And then we are going to have a conversation about Chris Paul here in the not too distant future. We don't have time today, but kind of wondering about, how much playing time he needs to have. And maybe he needs to come off the bench. Just saying, maybe.
Just one observation, if I might, for a second.
Okay.
The Suns are one-dimensional. The Suns run through Devin Booker. 33 points against the Trailblazers, 35 points last night. against the Clippers.
Because they have to, because Chris Paul has deteriorated.
Well, whether Chris Paul has deteriorated or not, you got 4 other guys on the floor. Okay, 3 other guys on the floor that you should be funneling some of this through. Otherwise, teams are going to pick up on that.
Right.
If Book is getting 30 plus points a game and nobody else is shooting the basketball, which is what it looks like to me, guess what? They're going to shut it down. The Suns are going to drop like a rock, just like my fantasy football team. Drop to the bottom of the damn ocean.
You're fine. We're going to talk about that later. I got my ass handed to me hardcore. And that's because of injuries and because the Bucks did not show up as the Bucks, and I had too many Bucks players. So that's on me. But listen, back to the Suns. You're right. They need to spread that thing around a little bit more, get DeAndre Ayton more involved. And
Cam Johnson too. If he's going to be a starter,
exactly.
You got to spread the ball around. It's not like Cam can't score, Cam can't shoot. So I'd love to see that, but I do think the Clippers kind of went more one-on-one with Booker. And if you're just going to go one-on-one with Booker, then fine. Let him do what he does one-on-one to people.
Well, yeah.
I hope that game 1 of the season was not a mirage when they started to double him, Dallas.
Clippers. We just beat the Clippers.
That's what I'm saying. But
the Clippers went
one-on-one with Booker. And I'm saying just let him, if they're going to go one-on-one with him, let him do that. But I hope game 1 of the season wasn't a mirage because when they doubled him in Dallas, he was able to find other guys, including that Damian Lee shot at the end of the game. If he's able to do that, I'm not that worried.
Well, we will find out tomorrow night. I feel like Coach Monty might know what to say. Then we're going to end on the good note before we go to break, and that is the Lakers lost. They lost again. They're 0-3. I love it.
Did you see the play where Anthony Davis was out there for 3 and Yusuf Nurkic literally turned his back to him and walked away, and then Davis shoots it and hits the side of the backboard?
Yep,
beautiful. That was the highlight of my entire weekend, and I had a really great weekend.
Yeah, the other part is when Russell Westbrook runs up there, like mid-range jump shot, just completely bricks it. And LeBron and Anthony Davis were sort of making their way down the court. You both see them go, oh, what the hell? Like they're in the stands. Like, what the hell?
With Anthony Davis with that 3 and LeBron with his airballed logo shot. Nobody should say anything to Russell Westbrook. Nobody.
They all
bad.
And I'm so happy. I'm so happy the Lakers are horrible. When we come back, we'll get caught up on the text line, and let's do it. We're going to talk about every single NFL football game that happened yesterday. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The NFL season nearing the halfway point. The Arizona Cardinals going on the road to face the Vikings Sunday afternoon. Arizona, a 4-point road underdog, 48 the total. College football, Arizona playing Saturday night at home against 10th-ranked USC. The Wildcats, a 15.5-point underdog. Arizona State minus 13.5 at Colorado. The World Series is set. The Phillies winning the National League pennant in 5 games over the Padres. The Astros sweeping the Yankees. They have not lost a postseason game yet. Astros opening at minus 190. The money line quickly moving to Houston minus 200. Philadelphia plus 175. Game 1 Friday in Houston. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Dell's Black Friday and July sale is here. Power productivity with a tech refresh, now with up to 45% off top-rated laptops like the XPS, along with our special deals on business desktops with Intel Core processors. Get big savings on the latest servers, storage, monitors, and more with free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Remember last year when you wanted to hear that NFL matchup, but you couldn't because you were at your nephew's birthday party and the Fanatic couldn't stream the NFL on their app? Didn't that suck?
Well, those days are over, pal. Now you can listen live to every primetime NFL game on the Fanatic app. Download the app now at the Google Play Store or the App Store, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So I got my sexy Colts t-shirt on. I got my sexy Colts hat on, standing in front of my sexy Colts jersey back there. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty happy right now. I am pretty happy right now. You know, I shouldn't be happy. I shouldn't be happy because of, how things went down yesterday. It was an embarrassment. It was horrific, but I'm happy.
Why?
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the end here. I'm not going to start with the game. The game was horrible. The Titans just took our lunch money, 19-10, and it wasn't even a close game, as that indicates. But they beat us with field goals. The Titans, just like the ASU game, didn't get an offensive touchdown yesterday, period. They beat us from 27 yards, 28 yards, 38 yards, and 48 yards. And I'll say it again, if you can't keep them out of field goal range, you don't deserve to win the game. And the defense is usually pretty good. But, oh, God, you can only do so much. If we, again, 19 points, the Colts should have done better, and they didn't do better. Why? Interceptions, again. And I was just like, oh, my God. And, even Friday, Jim Irsay was like, hey, I've been around some leaders, and I'll put Matt Ryan up there with Peyton Manning any day. Really? How about today, Jim? Yeah, maybe not, right? And then Frank Reich, after the game, says, a lot of football left. I believe we'll all get where we want to go. You mean the unemployment line, right? Because that's where you're going if you keep this up. And then as I was out driving today, the update came on the Jim Rome show. The Colts have decided, and this is why I'm happy, to start Sam Ehlinger at quarterback for the rest of the season. Am I happy because Sam Ehlinger is great? No, he sucks. We're tanking. Woo! I'm going to get a good quarterback.
You think, huh?
Keon, tell me, please. I asked you for this. Who are the quarterbacks, the top 5 college quarterbacks who could turn? Are there 5 that could turn my franchise around?
CJ Stroud is one.
Stroud. Proud to have Stroud.
Bryce Young is another one.
Well, we're young at heart.
Will Levis at Kentucky.
I got nothing for Levis.
Still looks
what
good.
The hell am I supposed to do with Levis?
I don't know what you're supposed to do with Levis.
I'll work on that. But who else? Who else?
Those are really the 3 big
Just
guys.
Only 3?
Hendon Hooker at Tennessee is starting to make a very strong case, though.
We're going to get another hooker. We had a hooker. We let go of that hooker. Time for another hooker.
So yeah, those are.
Hey Jim, we're getting a hooker. Just 4?
Yeah, those are the main guys.
This is not a super strong quarterback.
Well, no, because
you told me it was going to be.
Guys, 4 or 5 elite guys is a lot.
So those are elite guys.
There usually isn't. There usually isn't more than that. Generally, even in a strong quarterback draft, there isn't.
You're 4 years away from Arch Manning. By
the way. Arch
That's
is
fine.
Arch has got to get to.
You're going to have to tank for the next 5 years.
We can tank 3 years from now. We'll do what we got to do. Right now, I just need to know. Hold on here. I'm bringing up the standings to see. And now we are 3-3-1. That is the record of the Colts. And oh damn it! No. We're too high up. We have to. We're 500. We got to lose more games. I'm thinking all of them. We have to lose the rest of the games. Because Houston Texans and Detroit Lions, they are not messing around. They are ready. They are tankerific. The Carolina Panthers, tankerific, 2-5. Saints, I don't know if they're tanking, but they might be 2-5. I used to think that the Seattle Seahawks were tanking. I'm a little pissed off about that. We'll get back to that in a second. But mathematically, am I out of the running for a good pick this year? I feel like I might be already.
No, it depends on what the second half of the season here.
And
Jeff,
it,
go.
and it also depends on who needs quarterbacks that's currently losing, because there could be a team that recently drafted one. So they're not going to be as inclined to spend a draft pick on a quarterback because they got to build around the guy to see what they have.
Detroit will not be building around Goff.
No.
Houston will not be building around Davis Mills. Pittsburgh, holy crap, do they need a quarterback? Saints, yeah, they kind of need a quarterback. Panthers, they need a quarterback. Browns, their little rapist is coming back soon enough.
Pittsburgh doesn't need a quarterback. Pittsburgh needs offensive line. They need their defense to get healthy and be back in the game. I think Kenny Pickett will help them, but they've got to protect this kid.
Okay.
Good
news for me.
Shades of Joe Burrow going on with Kenny Pickett. Not in terms of the
he's
talent.
Not as talented.
Not as talented, but in terms of his offensive line is going to get him killed. Oh, yeah.
Broncos might be thinking about it now to shut down Russ Wilson. Might want to do that. I don't know. But whatever the case, we've got to lose a bunch more games if we're going to be competitive. Come on, Colts.
I got another name for you, Anthony Richardson, but I'm less high on him. He's got a lot of talent, but
don't talk to me in lesser elite. I don't want to
not a fan of the decision making from Anthony.
All right. I need elite. I need Andrew Luck. I need Peyton Manning. I need I need hope is what I need. So if we got to commit to this whole thing. We got to commit. Meaning, if we don't get the quarterback we need, by God, we lose games next year too. We do what we have to do. I don't mind if there's a plan. There'd better be a plan. That's all I'm saying. And how about, okay, so now I'm the only person on the show, the only person whose team lost this weekend. Cardinals won.
Yep.
Commandos won.
Yep.
Seahawks won.
Yep.
Dallas won, right?
Yep.
Dallas
Mhm.
Cowboys won.
Yep.
So Rosalie's team, Ralph's team, Keon's team, and Randy's team. Everybody, did you just realize something there, Keon? You and I are the only people whose names don't start with R on this show.
That's
Ralph,
interesting.
Rosalie, Randy.
Wow.
And then J and K. At least we're in order. Jeffrey, Keon.
True.
Sorry, my brain goes weird places. Anyway, so I realized something as I saw Taylor Heineke beating Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. He has the same face as the kid from We're the Millers. Same face. Is that the same person?
Why do you ruin these things for me?
It's the same dopey face.
That
Have
is
you seen
okay. It's
We're
the
the
same
Millers?
face. I have seen it. What do you want me to say?
Randy's Googling it right now so you can see, but you're going to see same face as the kid from We're the Millers. I hope I have ruined Heineke for you.
Tell you what, you can say what you want about Taylor Heineke, but I still like this kid. I like this kid. He's got a lot of fire. He's got a lot of passion. He doesn't let one interception get him, down. The guy is able to keep fighting amidst the adversity. And what he did yesterday to put that team into a position to win, I have nothing but respect for the kid.
But had Aaron Rodgers had a receiver, that would have been a different
Did
story.
you see
And
what Aaron Rodgers did? Did you see that sorry play at the end of the game? Are you kidding me? You got 5 seconds left. Aaron Rodgers, unquestionably the best long bomb Hail Mary thrower in the history of football. And you're going to go to the Cal, try to win the game on a Cal play from back in the day when the trombone player got hit. Give me a break. This
He knew it
Aaron
wasn't gonna
Rodgers.
happen.
Aaron Rodgers and Pat LaFleur. LaFleur needs to go back to France, and
Randy.
Aaron Rodgers needs to drink some more of that tea because
Aaron
these guys are
Rodgers-
lost right now.
Aaron Rodgers knew he had nobody of talent to go up for that ball in the end zone and throw it. Why blow your arm out for no good reason? Because that was exactly what that was about.
Because you're getting paid to do that. You're getting paid an immense amount of money. The team is paying you to be a winner, not some guy that's going to run around like a backyard football team and flip and flap
he
the football
knows
here and there.
that was not going to happen. And so he's like, whatever here. I don't blame him for that feeling because
Boy, I do.
They didn't give him anybody good. Well, I mean, you or I probably would have made a shot at it. And then we're like, well, okay. See,
It's just-
I almost
at
would have
least
done
take
it
a
just
shot
to
at it.
put
I
a
guess.
exclamation point on the fact you have not given me anybody I can work with out here.
He
Well,
does,
and
he
that's
does not
not Aaron
trust
Rodgers' fault. That's
any of those receivers.
Goody nuts or
Yeah.
whatever that guy's name
Brian
is. There, in the front.
Gutekunst.
There you go. That's his problem, not yours. I mean, throw the ball in the end zone, and you got 5 seconds, man. At least give it a shot. Don't give me this. This is the NFL, man. Don't give me this fiddle faddle at the 5 seconds left. You're going to try to. Oh my God!
I'll be honest. I was surprised he didn't take it to the end zone. But yeah, kind of. Here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers is he's very cool. And now I saw this on the internet, so I have no reason to believe it's not real. Here's what Aaron Rodgers had to say on staying competitive, even in this situation. He says, "Everyone relax. It's only week 7. My chakra hasn't even been fully calibrated yet. I'm boofing a variety of prescribed crystals to align myself with the stars, and I'm sunning my butthole regularly. The team shaman is even analyzing my mechanics. I don't think he's seen a lot of football, at least not in this dimension, but he has taken a lot of DMT. Forget about training in high altitude. My shaman has me training in other realms. I was throwing fade route to a centaur last week while you folks in the media were writing articles about me losing it mentally. Packers are going to be fine, folks." Now, Boogie is the one who posted that, so I have no reason to believe that is not a real quote.
Boogie!
So, anyway, one of the fun things about watching the game was, I'll tell you what, the fans don't care. They are chanting, "Sell the team." They're holding up amazing signs. Of course, the Washington football team is trying to keep the signs. They're throwing people out. Or just taking their signs
Just taking the signs away. I had a friend who went with a paper bag on his head.
Yeah,
that said "Sell the team" on the bag. They took the bag.
Oh, no. That just doesn't seem like they should be
That's
allowed to
not
do
right.
that.
It's not right, man.
It's
Don't
not.
take my bag. I need to take my lunch home in this or something. Those aren't holes. Those are it's a handle. It's a handle. So I can just put my fingers in there and carry it. Get off me, pig. Anyway, so but at least you won your game. So congratulations. What's your team's record right now?
3-4.
Wow. You and I have the same record.
Sort of.
Arizona does not. Arizona is 2-4. Well, at least I've got that to feel a little bit better about. So, all right. So that is, where we're at least with our teams. So now what I want to do is going to get caught up on the text line here some, and then we're going to go in order of the picks contest. We're going to talk about every single game that happened this weekend. And Randy, so far, your picks are on top again for the Daily Blender and
How
the
the hell
station.
did that happen?
Yeah, you're getting good at the picks, man. All right, Stockton Slap says, "Happy Monday, y'all. Feeling a bit under the weather, but feeling good, knowing the Cowboys have the #1 defense in the league, and Dak is shaking off some rust. He'll be all right."
Oh, boy.
Randy, what do you want for lunch, by the way?
Do I want for lunch?
That's what he says. I don't know. Do you guys have a bet? Is there a bet between Stockton Slap and Randy?
Was that the Raiders thing?
I don't even know anymore.
Well, I don't have my notebook with me. I left it at my desk.
Well, we could just ask Stockton Slap to tell us. Tell us. Jag Dog, he has sent a photograph. Look.
Oh, wait, no, I got it. So the bet was with Beer Nuts and Stockton Slap, Dak over 250 yards and Dak over 3 touchdowns.
So I guess that means some lunch for Randy.
Yeah.
So Jagdog sent this. 2010, the Yankees lost the ALCS. 2011, lost ALDS. 2012, lost ALCS. 2013, missed the playoffs. 2014, missed the playoffs. 2015, lost World Series. 2016, missed playoffs. 2017, lost ALCS. 2018, lost ALDS. 2019, lost ALCS. 2020, lost ALDS. 2021, lost World Series. 2022, lost ALCS. That is 12 years of amazingness.
So I just,
I love this.
When you bring
Thank
that to
you, Jagdog.
You bring that to the forefront, and all the money that these guys spend, and the kind of money that they expend on players, and I don't know if it's worth it or not. You bring in a guy, DJ LeMahieu, for example, is supposed to be a solid, hitter in your lineup. The guy goes out with an injury, comes back, he's never effective the rest of the season, and you're paying him that kind of money. Giancarlo Stanton, you're paying him that kind of money. Aaron Judge hits, 62 bombs. You give him the rest of they give him the rest on the last day, and then he just is a no-show in the DS and the CS. And guys are talking about $300 some odd million. I think paychecks in Major League Baseball should be earned in the playoffs, not in the regular season, because it's one thing to get there. It's another thing to get into the playoffs.
Well, and you can also look at that thing that Jagdog sent, and it says, look at that. in the playoffs all those years except for 3.
Yeah.
You can't say that about
what
the
do you
Diamondbacks.
do in the playoffs? I mean,
You
getting
should be there, though. You paid for the ride.
Well,
you should be there.
I have a feeling. I don't know. I have no sense on this, but maybe Brian Cashman is done in New York as the GM of the Yankees. He's been there a long time, and maybe Aaron Boone is out of there as the head coach, and they do something different.
Turd Ferguson says Cardinals are 3-4. Yeah, I was looking at the picks sheet that had it. I guess that they don't update the standing things on that. And I had
3-4 tied for
my
second
apologies.
place.
So we all have the same record except for the Colts have a tie on there too.
Yeah.
Big George, yes, we are going to do that here soon, probably after this next break. The history thing. But anyways, let's see. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I heard Brett Farvis is looking for some work. No thanks. Bruno Baller says, Jeffrey, even if you finish top 10 of the draft, you may be able to trade up and get a quarterback. Well, yeah, I think we might have to. I think we're going to screw around and win a few games with Ellinger. Yeah, just
NASCAR Nick is a big Ellinger fan. He's from UT Austin.
I get that. He had a UTI once, and he's thinking
UT Austin. Yeah.
Right, that's what I said.
No,
but just because you're good in the UT.
Yeah,
I think you maybe are not going to be such a good NFL quarterback, and that has been the thing about him. That they're just. I hope your son is right if he's great, but if he's not,
doesn't matter. All those UT Austin guys, you know how they are. You know how those Longhorn fans are.
I want to tank so bad.
Sam is my guy, so I want him to be successful, but also
thank you.
Next week, the Colts play Washington.
Jeffrey, I know we're late. We're up against the break. But what if Ellinger comes in?
Jim Rome can be late. We're going to be late all the time.
And what if Jim Rome? Really?
He's hardly ever on time lately.
Ellinger comes in, and all of a sudden, this team starts winning behind Ellinger. Are you going to be mad at that?
No. That's what I just said. Unless he's suddenly is great and we're winning games and everything feels pretty good. I'll know how it'll feel on the next game when I play a horrible team. If we can't beat the next horrible team on our schedule, then no, I want to tank. See you next Sunday, Keon. Hamilton Porter says, friendly reminder to the Lions. They just went back-to-back games with no touchdowns for the third time this century and still scored 30 more points against Seattle than the Cardinals. Okay.
Yeah, I knew that was going to come.
That was a bad game, but it was a great game for them. It's like, hey, listen, my Colts beat the Chiefs. Accidents happen. Pro Dog says NFL teams can't tank like NBA teams. You have to have 53 players who don't want to be replaced by the next draft class. They're not going to put bad performances on tape. They're not going to do it on purpose, but you got to understand the primary position. If he ain't good, it don't matter what happens with the rest of the team. It don't matter. And then all you need to tank is a GM and a coach. You don't need anybody else. You just need to make bad decisions that affect the direction of the team. Because we're either tanking or holy hell, we need to fire Frank Reich like immediately. I'm just saying. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Kevin Harlan here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Coming up, quarterback Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos travel west to take on Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner and I will have the call on air or on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone. Who will get the important AFC West win? Join us to find out on Monday Night Football.
Right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for the NFL.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued. Is non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit FanDuel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure.
That's why I got him Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure for fast, powerful nighttime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. NyQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of 2 police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
I discovered a fun way to enjoy the outdoors while getting my daily exercise. Hi, this is station owner Ron Cohen. Radio Ron, as most of you know me. You've all heard about people riding electric bikes, but did you notice they are all smiling? That's because e-bikes are so much fun. Plus, you get great exercise, and an e-bike is an excellent alternative to getting you where you need to go. For nearly 2 years, the e-bike I recommend is Himaway. Himaway is known for durability, price, safety, and fun. Himaway is the long-range e-bike expert, taking you faster and farther on a single charge. Himaway sells direct to the consumer, ships right to your home, and has over 2,000 five-star reviews. Choose from 7 models, all with an unprecedented 2-year warranty. Find out why over 50,000 customers, including me, call Himaway the best e-bike there is. Go to HimawayEbike.com. That's HIMIWAY ebike.com. Use promo code Fanatic and save $100. Go to HimawayEbike.com.
Your home for sports.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on Monday. It's a Monday Night Football edited edition. Edited. I was looking at my bets here that I made over the weekend.
This is live. You know we can't edit this.
I know the show is edited because
I think you mean abridged
for length, edited for time,
circumcised.
Because of time constraints, we move ahead in the Daily Blender. Anyway, Monday Night Football, it's happening tonight. You'll hear it live here. Westwood One on the call. And what's cool is I can actually make some money. And I can make some money by opening up my FanDuel Sportsbook and making a bet, like the one I made on the New York Giants to win this past weekend. I made the bet, and whammo, I win.
Well,
it's like that easy, man.
Well,
I made another one on the Washington Commandos to beat the Green Bay Slackers, and whammo, I won again.
Oh, you must have won some good money on that one.
Woo! And you can win too. Tonight's game is the Patriots versus the Bears. Look, This should be pretty straightforward here. You can build your own same game parlay like Ramondre Stevenson just because he's got the best name in football. I mean, come on, Ramondre Stevenson, give him a touchdown. How about Mac Jones? Mac Jones to throw a touchdown, and then maybe Hunter
playing.
What?
He is playing.
He is. They're letting
Mac
him
Jones.
start.
I'm looking at Mac Jones on the TV right now. He's warming
Zappy,
up. He's got the wristband on.
I'm trying to do a
should
same
let
game
Zappy
parlay
keep going.
here. Hey,
I'll go
hello?
parlay yourself. We're talking about football.
Yeah, I'm talking about how to make yourself some money like I did this weekend. Anyway, where was I? Oh, Hunter
Talking about
Henry.
Zappy?
Hunter Henry to catch a touchdown for the Patriots. Look, there's no feeling like nailing a same game parlay bet. Lock in your bet today. If you don't want to make up your own one, FanDuel has got other same game parlays that other users have made up. You can select from one of those and jump on the train, as it were, and make yourself a little extra coin. And right now, new customers on the FanDuel Sportsbook get $150 in free bets, win or lose. All you got to do is sign up and use my promo code Randy1580. That's Randy1580. And you got yourself a pass to make some extra coin. That's on the FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Jeffco.
Yeah, listen, can I just, I'd like to tell Bill Belichick he's an idiot. He should be going with Zappy. Zappy had the hot hand. Why are you going back to Mac Jones? Mac Jones reportedly had some conflicts. People are saying he got he was getting too big for his britches there. You know, the ego started to get away from him.
Mac Jones.
And everybody's like, oh, Zappy's doing great. Hoyer, he got a little bit of a scrambled brain there. So, it's going to be Mac Jones and Zappy. Zappy should start, and Mac Jones should be backing him up. Instead, they're just going to go right back to Mac Jones. And, maybe they are tanking. Maybe what's the what are there 500 teams. So now Bill Belichick ain't tanking. So just surprised he's going with Mac Jones.
Yeah, I mean, he likes Mac. Mac is a guy, settles down the offense. I think there's a little bit more volatility with Zappy, even though because Zappy has more mobility than Mac, I do think that there are some plays that he can make, some big plays that he can make that Mac can't make. But Mac is the steady guy.
So Mac Jones was 1-2, 786 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 5 interceptions. Zappy 2-0. And 596 yards with 4 touchdowns and only 1 interception. So I'm just maybe Bill just feels like he needs to be sure, and then he's like, all right, we'll go back to Zappy. You know what I'm saying? And Bill Belichick will go back to Zappy 3 seconds later if he doesn't like what he sees from Mac Jones. But I'm surprised he's not just going to let Zappy continue.
I do think he is chalking up some of the Mac Jones underperformance to the fact that Mac was playing through some injuries at those times too. He wasn't 100% healthy. So it could be like you said, he's looking to see, and just to be certain, if Mac is not healthy, then I can't make that decision.
Well, before we go on, we have not started. I think we're already going to be running late into the game as far as if we're going to get all these damn games talked about. So let's do this right here, right now. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 2004, Arizona's Emmitt Smith broke Walter Payton's NFL record for 100-yard rushing games with his 78th. Neil Rackers of the Arizona Cardinals also tied an NFL record by kicking 3 field goals of at least 50 yards in that game. Back to me, Jeffrey. It's nice little Arizona Cardinals action, records being broken sort of thing.
Yeah. I don't know many people that remember. Yeah, the great Emmitt Smith was a Cardinal for a couple of seasons here.
Yeah, for a few minutes. Yeah. He didn't do a whole lot, but
spent a cup of coffee with the Arizona Cardinals. And then he left here, signed a 1-day contract and retired as a Cowboy.
Fair enough, as he should. I got no problem with that.
I don't understand that. Do you?
What's that?
Is there some sort of like official thing that if you retire, you're retired a Cardinal if you don't sign up a 1-day contract as a Cowboy? I mean, nobody remembers Emmitt Smith as an Arizona Cardinal. Nobody.
Sure. And nobody will remember Peyton Manning as a Bronco. Yeah, he's always going to be thought of as a Colt, except for by some Weasley Bronco fans.
Well, but he's in Washington, D.C. now.
Who is?
That Weasley Broncos fan. He's in Washington, D.C. now.
Oh,
Oh, no. Well, there's a lot of other Bronco fans, not just Phil.
I believe the full title that you gave him was a Weasley Speedo wearing drip. I think is what you called him one day.
Yeah. Well, I've called him many things. So anyway, there you go. That's I think that's just a fact. Everybody knows it. So anyways, let's get into this. We're going to go down the same order as our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em pick sheet. And the first game up on the docket is the Cincinnati Bengals beating the Atlanta Falcons handily, as you should, because they're the Falcons, 35-17. I'm sure fantasy football fans had a lot to cheer about. Tyler Boyd, where'd he come from? He's back. 155 yards and a touchdown. Jamar Chase, 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. And even T. Higgins got his 93 yards. So who was trying to talk me into the Falcons being really a good team?
I don't know if I was going to talk about them being a really good team.
Keon or I
but
said it was a really good team. That they are improved, though.
Yeah,
I'm saying who? I don't remember.
And I would say that they are a solid team. And when you look at the NFC South, I will stand by this. They're the best team in it.
Well,
it's a bad division.
Stink,
it does because the Buccaneers aren't the Buccaneers anymore.
Yeah, we'll get to that. The Lions are who we thought they are. There's nothing new under the sun. The Dallas Cowboys, I'll tell you what, if you're going to come back, that was the right game for Dak Prescott to come back with. Zeke Elliott had himself a couple of touchdowns, which tells you what you need to know. They were taking it easy on Dak with the game planning going in, but Dak Prescott was in. I saw him dive, trying to dive for a play, and you're like, oh, geez, you just got back, Dak. What are you doing? But
it's
he
like
was
every
fine.
year with you, man.
Jumped right up. Goff threw his 2 interceptions, fumbled the ball. Like, hey, what do you think? Who do you think you are, Matt Ryan? He's gonna be mad. You're taking his act, pal. And so, all right. I mean, that was your typical Lions game and what used to be a typical Dallas game. We'll see how that goes. But going forward, the Dallas Cowboys 4-2. So I don't know what their next real test is to see if Dallas is now. It's like they had a good defense. Let's see where they are with their offense. What's the next good test for them, if you could tell me there, Keon, because it's interesting to see again, Dak comes back into a good team or into a not so good team.
Well, they got a nice run going on. They got Chicago. They've got the bye week. Then they've got Chicago next week.
Yeah.
They've got the bye week the week after that. November 13th, they go to Lambeau and play the Packers, which that's not
used to be a good. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is anymore.
Then they November 20th, they go to Minneapolis, play the Vikings.
That'll be a good test. I mean, the Vikings are a mediocrely good team, I guess is what I'm going to call them. Just to piss people off, really.
And then they get the Giants at home.
Yeah, well, there you go. That would be something. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on with the Dallas Cowboys. But I'll tell you what, I feel like they got a pretty easy schedule going forward.
They were ranked as having the 32nd easiest schedule in football. So, yeah, their schedule is pretty easy.
See, I agree. Then the unthinkable happens. The Panthers just destroyed the Buccaneers. I watched that game because I had fantasy football interest. I had Brady. I had Fournette. I had Suckup. I had the damn defense. Woof. Randy, you're picking up my old Packers defense. That actually got you 9 points. The Buccaneers defense got me squat. In fact, my entire fantasy football is squat because of these damn Buccaneers.
Sorry, man.
Thanks a lot, Mike Evans. Could have caught it. It's right there. It's kind of your job. Just boom.
Right in his hands. And then out of his hands.
I'm not ready to close the book on the Buccaneers, but I might be ready to close the book on Todd Bowles. I'll tell you that. Let's talk about what's going on with the Buccaneers. And, of course, we got a lot more football games to go down in half an hour before Monday Night Football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk. I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill in the morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Many people feel if you record 3,000 hits in a career, you should automatically be selected into the Hall of Fame. Do you know the first major league hitter to record 3,000 hits? The answer coming up.
Nick LaCapria's Daily Sports Quiz brings you a different question from the world of sports each day. If you want even more questions from the world of sports, visit Nick LaCapria's new website, sportstrivia.org. You can test your sports trivia knowledge and get answers to some great questions from the world of sports trivia. Sportstrivia.org. It's free, it's fun, and it's challenging. If you like the Daily Sports Quiz, you'll love sportstrivia.org.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the first major league player to record 3,000 hits in a career, the great Cap Anson. He was the first to do it, 3,000 hits. I'm Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz.
Ooh, Halloween, the season for goblins, witches, and scary good fun. But Walgreens knows it's also the doorbell never stops season, and we can't run out of candy season. So let Walgreens fill your Halloween bowl fast with pickup in as little as 30 minutes and delivery in as little as 1 hour. Because if it's needed in a poof season, it's Walgreens season.
This week, buy one, get one free snack and fun-sized candy bags of equal or lesser price. Offer valid through 10/29 while supplies last. Restrictions apply. See Walgreens.com for details.
I discovered a fun way to enjoy the outdoors while getting my daily exercise. Hi, this is station owner Ron Cohen. Radio Round, as most of you know me, you've all heard about people riding electric bikes. But did you notice they are all smiling? That's because e-bikes are so much fun. Plus, you get great exercise, and an e-bike is an excellent alternative to getting you where you need to go. For nearly 2 years, the e-bike I recommend is Himaway. Himaway is known for durability, price, safety, and fun. Himaway is the long-range e-bike expert, taking you faster and farther on a single charge. Himaway sells direct to the consumer, ships right to your home, and has over 2,000 five-star reviews. Choose from 7 models, all with an unprecedented 2-year warranty. Find out why over 50,000 customers, including me, call Himaway the best e-bike there is. Go to HimawayEbike.com. That's HIMIWAY ebike.com. Use promo code Fanatic and save $100. Go to HimawayEbike.com.
The general election is November 8th this year. Voting locations are open on Election Day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. All qualified voters must show ID. For a list of valid IDs, go online to arizona.vote. Have an early ballot? You can return it at any voting location or secure election drop box, and you don't have to wait in line. Learn more about voting locations at arizona.vote or call 1-877-THE-VOTE. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. So everybody had a very nice weekend. I'm in a good mood because the Colts are tanking. Randy and Keon are in good moods because their football teams won. And I don't know, is anybody winning their fantasy football? I'm not. Randy's not.
I am.
Are you? Who are you playing?
I've already won.
Who you play?
A box of screws.
Oh, yeah, there you go. A little revenge game for Randy.
So I've already won that game because the only thing left in that game is the Patriots defense, which I have.
I don't understand why somebody texted in fake news, and I don't know who it is because for whatever reason it has not come up on here on my screen yet. But why are you saying fake news, person who says fake news? This is an entertainment show. We don't got to say nothing honest if we don't want to.
As long as it's fun.
Yeah, we try to be honest about things that we talk about, but sometimes, this is not real. It is, don't matter. Boogie says, I have a highly controversial take. I know there's a lot of people out there in the fourth dimension and in the studio who's going to disagree with me strongly. I think I might be right. I don't think the Detroit Lions are going to make it to the Super Bowl.
No, I don't believe that, Boogie, for a second.
I know a lot of you tell me I'm wrong, but I have a pretty strong gut feeling, and I think I'm going to be right. Hopefully I'm wrong, and all of you guys are right, but we will see. More delusion coming from the world of the Boogster. Yeah, the Boogster. That's not bad. I'm going to call him the Boogster. Hamilton Porter says, you want to tank? Just follow the Lions. We perfected tanking since Barry Sanders got drafted. Yes, that's the thing.
It's a good point. Yep.
And let's see here. Chief Scholes says, afternoon, gentlemen. Jeffrey, are you going clubbing with that shirt? It is. It's a shirt I don't wear very often. I don't like silky shirts, but it's got this. I got to pull this all the way up. Yeah, on either side, left and right, is a Colts thing, and this is a nice. I don't know. It's air conditioning. You know what I'm saying? It's very thin and light. So if it's hot,
moisture wicking.
Yeah, I could wear this underneath a jersey and not be too hot. But clubbing, no, my wife would love to go. But he says Cashman and Boone are going to stick around and they're going to overpay for just playoff runs trying to buy a championship. Yes.
Because the problem is the guy that gets you to the playoffs as often as Aaron Boone does. Who do you replace him that's going to go one step further? Because that's their problem.
Beer Nut says, when does Randy want lunch? Well, a couple times a day. I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah, at least between 3 and 6 times a day
for the bet. I'm guessing the lunch bet.
I don't know. Well, Randy, I think we need to start giving out your email address so people can settle up those bets because you win a lot of bets lately.
Blender at 1580thefanatic.com.
Huh. All right. Fish Tank says, man, the Dolphins tried to lose that game about 7 times last night. The Steelers just didn't want it. Tua could have thrown 5 picks last night, but no one on the Steelers could catch. Finns didn't score a single point in the second half. Neither did Pickett. Feel like we lost, but we did get a win somehow. Yeah, Fish Tank. That was, I was wondering how old Tua was going to come back. I think he sees Tua people out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. I will say though that not unlike Dak going up against the Lions, I do feel like the Steelers are pretty much the perfect team to come back from an injury against, because they're not going to punish you for making mistakes. And Tua made a few, and they just didn't capitalize on it.
Oh, it was Bob Swirsky who said fake news because I had said that the Cowboys could beat the Bears. Okay, and most people who say fake news, that was just about as intelligent and legitimate a take as any. Jiggy says, Sam Eli season. Let's go for top 5 pick. What?
He's Ellinger. Yeah, he's looking forward to tanking with Sam too.
Oh, I see. You shorted Ellinger, and that threw me, Jiggy. But yeah, I agree. You know what? High five, Jiggy. He's a Colts fan. High five. Big George, you're welcome. Boomer Sooner says, well, Jeffrey, at least the Yanks didn't get to go to the World Series. That's good. The Sooners didn't lose. Beer me, please, Randy. And he said, I think all sports should pay for performance. That's how a lot of people earn their money out there. Cards, by the way, have a Longhorn as a second-string quarterback, and he's pretty good. Trace McSorley?
Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy sounds like a guy from Texas. Oh, he's not?
No.
He's a practice squad?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I love saying his name because
great name, but
you think you're going to win. You're sorely mistaken. Mistaken. Let's see here. Washington Commandos, aka the NFC North Kryptonite. And I don't know who said that. I think it might have been Scratch Me because. Anyway,
well, to everyone except the Lions, the one victory that the Lions have is, it's the Commandos.
We got to get back into this. All right, so we started talking about the Panthers beating the living bejesus out of the Buccaneers. It just was not even. It wasn't even a thing, man. I was sitting there watching the game like, oh, my God. Tom Brady's going to retire at halftime. And, and I'm sure it is crossing his mind like it's crossing everybody's mind. It's like, I gave up my wife for this. This is it. This is how it's going to be, But here's the thing. He's not going to retire. And this is not going to be the final form of the Buccaneers. I do not believe that the Buccaneers are going to continue this because, Tom Brady made a lot of great throws that just weren't caught. You can't blame him. The wide receiving core had a bad day. And, the Panthers were ready for the run game. So, Todd Bowles, he's not helping. If anything, Todd Bowles, I like him, but I think he might need to be fired. Some people are head coaches. Some people are not. I don't think Todd Bowles is a guy who needs to be a head coach because he comes out and says, Buccaneers are in a dark place. Okay, right there, fired. Right there. You don't come out and say that out loud with your mouth and not get fired if I own the team. He's like, we have to wear this on our sleeves. We have to be grown men. And I'm like, oh, that's all fine. But don't say you're in a dark place. That's just
especially at 3 and 4.
Kind of hate that. But he has said, and this is when things are going bad. He's like, well, I'm not going to consider any coaching changes. Well, your GM might have a different take, but whatever. I'm not just salty because of my fantasy football points, all relying on the Buccaneers. It was just hard to watch. But no, you have not seen the ending or the last of Tom Brady. I hope he doesn't get to that point, but I don't believe he will. And by the way, here's some weirdness for you out of that game. I guess the NFL is having to investigate something that happened with Mike Evans. Mike Evans didn't have a dirty play. He didn't punch a fan. He didn't grab a cheerleader. But what happened was a couple of the game officials came up trying to get an autograph from him. That's against the rules.
Yeah, they should not be doing that.
The NFL is investigating a video of side judge Jeff Lamberth and line judge Trip Sutter approaching Mike Evans for an autograph. So
yeah, I saw the video. There's nothing to investigate. They clearly asked for an autograph and he gave it to him.
So here's the rules. Game officials must avoid the appearance of profiting or personally benefiting from their association with the NFL other than from compensation provided by the NFLRA collective bargaining agreement. You're not allowed to ask for that stuff. So hopefully these guys get fired because it's one of those things they probably knew, but they were like, nobody's enforcing this. It's no big deal. But yeah, once you do that, now it's like, you're going to give preferential treatment, or at least that's the thought process that goes into the minds of the people who are watching and gambling.
Or what if they went up to Mike Evans and asked for an autograph and he's like, no, maybe he was a jerk about it.
And now you're going to get a bad call.
Yeah, that still shouldn't affect it. But now that you've created that interaction, there's going to be an effect.
Anywho, so yeah, that will be interesting. And you might here, if they don't fire those guys, you know what I mean? It's like nothing bad ever happens to officials. Referees, umpires, you name it. Nothing bad ever happens, but I'm looking forward to seeing how that thing plays out. Giants beat the Jaguars, and I'll tell you what, Daniel Jones, competent.
Man, I'll tell you what, there was
impressed.
There was a handful of passes in that game where Daniel Jones, he earned his nickname Danny Dimes. I mean, he put it right on the guy in stride, over the guy's shoulder. The guy didn't have to stop and come back. It was like he was running and the ball was right here in his hands. I'm happy to see that because I think he was getting a raw deal by playing on teams that didn't know how to protect him.
They didn't know how to protect him and didn't coach him well.
Because
Brian Daboll is known for this. I mean, that was the thing that people raved about with Josh Allen was when Brian Daboll started working with Josh Allen. Look how much he improved. And they were wondering if he could do the same for Daniel Jones. And clearly he has.
Yeah, I mean, really, that game was well coached, well done, because when you see your running back have 14 carries, 114 yards, and a touchdown, and then you match that up to the passing game and how things went, that was textbook. It was textbook. It was the correct amount of run plays, the correct thought process in passing plays all around. I mean, you have to, I think, I know it's the Jaguars, but the 6-1 Giants, they're for real, man.
I put $3
like
down.
For real.
I put $3 down on 2 separate bets on the game. Got $7 back.
Nice. Well done.
Damn, Randy's rolling in it this week.
You guess who's buying lunch? Well, listeners, because they're betting them too. All right. So then the Ravens were able to take that. There's something still wrong with the Ravens, if you ask me, when you have to work that hard to beat the Browns 23-20. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know.
It's 100% Lamar. He's not healthy.
Is it? Because I don't want to say that.
No, it's the hip. He's got a hip problem, and he's trying to play through it, and you can just see him just gritting. But he doesn't look good. Like they should really consider, giving him a week or two off, because he really something seems off with the way he's throwing the football, even compared to week 1 or 2.
You're 4-3. You don't want to give him the time off, but you're not going to have a very good record if you don't probably rest that up. But you should not have had to work that hard to beat Jacoby Brissett's Browns.
So those Browns do put up points. So I do think it's noteworthy, at least,
week.
that the defense for the Ravens was able to step up.
Right. So Ravens are fine, but you probably need to give old Lamar Jackson a night off or something. The Jets. Am I supposed to? I know we're taking the Giants seriously, but am I supposed to take the damn Jets seriously? Are we going to say the Jets are legitimate? It's just the Broncos, so this shouldn't count. This can't count as a legitimate maker.
They played the Broncos. It'd be like them playing Houston. I mean, the Jets are a good team, but they're not. I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders yet. Go ahead, John.
No. When I think in what way I think the Jets are legitimate is that defense. That defense is for real.
Yeah,
it's not going anywhere. There's no regression coming for that. But the offense is they kind of just limp to scoring just enough points to win some of these games. And I just think when you get to some teams that are going to put more points on the board, you're not going to be able to limp to 16 points, and that's going to get it done most weeks.
Well, they lost some legitimacy when they lost Breece Hall with that torn ACL. And, of course, I lost a running back on my fantasy football team. I just started using him. I watched him. He was a project on my bench. I'm like, he might be something. And I was right. He did turn into something. And I got to use him for a couple of weeks, and then this. And so all the bad things happened to me. Oh, yeah, and Breece Hall, he's out for the season. Anyway, I feel bad. I do feel bad. He was like one of those bright spots on the Jets offense, and I think they are going to notice that missing as the season goes forward. But you're right. That defense is the legitimacy, but that offense is going to have a harder time without Breece Hall. You got to admit that.
True.
So Broncos are just in a hell of a state, aren't they? I don't mean Colorado. I just mean they 2-5 right now. 2-5. Nathaniel Hackett, they're saying he might get fired after Sunday's game. Why wouldn't they have fired him now? Just because they don't want to mess with crap until after they get back from Europe? I mean, what the hell? If it's time to fire him, fire him.
Yeah, I think it's a consideration, because what they want to know is if firing Nathaniel Hackett will actually make them better right now, as opposed to if they fire him in the long run, that's clearly the right decision. But does that give them a boost at the moment?
You're 2-5. You don't need a boost. You need a change looking into next year, and you need to get yourselves in some sort of damn line. Who wouldn't want to come coach Russell Wilson? Who wouldn't want to come
that defense
to Denver? Yeah. So they need to dump his ass and get in line for the Sean Payton, sweepstakes and whatever other coaches out there might be around. Nathaniel Hackett, Randy picked up on that week 1. Randy was the first person who's like, that guy sucks. And so kudos to you, Randy. I remember I was like,
it took us a couple of weeks to come around and agree. Yeah.
Holy God, Nathaniel Hackett. I'm sure he's a fine coordinator. That's okay. Go be a coordinator. It's not like you're going to starve, buddy. Nothing personal, but you stink at this. So anyways, Nathaniel Hackett, the rumor is he'll get bleep canned after London. Let's take a break. When we come back, I'll try to read some of your texts, but we are really running out of time getting ready for Monday Night Football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Rich Eisen here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. We close out Week 6 with AFC West action from Southern California. Chargers hosting the Broncos. Justin Herbert and the Bolts are looking for their 3rd straight win after an exciting down-to-the-wire W over the Browns last week. Now they face Russell Wilson and a Broncos squad hoping to break a 2-game skid on Monday Night Football.
Right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for the NFL.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk. I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill in the morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs, ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 Biggie Bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink, all for just $5. That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're going to feel when you get that Biggie Bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-865-1168. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-865-1168. That's 800-865-1168. Again, 800-865-1168.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're rolling over your 401k to an IRA soon, but not sure if you want to go all in on this crazy market, here's what many retiring professionals are doing. How about a safe and secure IRA offering a contractually guaranteed 10% income bonus that grows 7% annually guaranteed? Your income can double in 10 years. Meanwhile, neither your principal nor your retirement income is ever subjected to a market downturn. Even if the market crashes by 50%, you get the 10% bonus. Your income keeps growing at 7%, and your principal may grow without losses uncapped. You go up with the index, never down, forward, never back. Get a 10% income bonus with a 7% contractually guaranteed growth rate. I compare over 1,200 annuities with a fiduciary duty and can help you retire and stay retired.
Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now. Visit IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com.
It's college football time. The Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12, the biggest conferences. Down the side of the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. The big matchups, the fight for national rankings, the bitter rivalries. We have the biggest games. Get your college game on. Your home for football. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I'm going to get back to the text line here shortly. I think we're going to blow through the rest of these games pretty quickly. All right, Josh Jacobs beat the Texans single-handedly 38-20. That was to be expected. Even as bad as you are a team, except for the Colts, you should be able to beat the Texans without any issues. And Josh Jacobs did that, 143 yards, 3 touchdowns, 20 carries. He did all that on only 20 carries, and not bad. So really not anything interesting to talk about on that. Thought for a moment that Derek Carr was going to be in sort of injury trouble, but then he ran right back out there and finished the game. But did he have any lasting effects from that, Keon? Was there any word on Derek Carr actually being legit injured, or was that just a moment?
I think it was just a moment. I haven't heard any updates since then about whether or not he had an injury that was actually long-term or anything like that.
Okay, there you go. All is, I guess, well in Raiderville for all our Raider fans, and there are no such thing as Texans fans. So, all right. So, now this was interesting. This was the one. If there's an upset, the biggest upset's got to be the Panthers beating Tampa Bay. Second biggest upset's got to be the Seahawks beating the Chargers 37-23. What went wrong for the Chargers? I mean, I know that a lot has gone right for the Seahawks, but what went wrong for the Chargers? Is it still the after effects of getting the cartilage all tweaked up on Herbert? Is that it? Or are these Seahawks just actually good? And Pete Carroll is smarter than we thought he was.
It's a combination of a couple of those things. The Seahawks,
or either that, or he's the worst tanker ever. I thought for sure they were tanking.
I thought for sure they were tanking too, but maybe he saw something. Because look, the thing, these coaches see these quarterbacks and these players in practice. They see things we don't see. They must have seen Geno and went, you know what? Maybe there's something here, and roll the dice with Geno. And when you add to the fact that they got that running game, Kenneth Walker III, the rookie out of Michigan State, was phenomenal in that game. Scored a couple of touchdowns, over 150 yards on the ground. He was amazing. And I'll be completely honest about here. Brandon Staley has to answer for this Chargers defense. He's a defensive coach, and they're not defending anybody. And at first I
called up Staley and said, "Hey, thanks for now. We have the same record. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. We're 4-3 because now you're 4-4. Oh, they're 4-4 now. Oh, that's right. Chargers are 4-4. Seahawks are 4-3. Wait,
no, they're both 4-3.
I'm sorry, my glasses. I couldn't see you. There's a shadow right there. 4-3. I was right the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. 4-3. Well done, Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Herbert wasn't perfect, but he played really well. So I'm not going to pin that on him, but that defense has got to be a whole lot better.
Yeah, a weakness for the Chargers is the defense. All right, let's move on. And there didn't seem to be
also they couldn't run the ball. That
anything considering a weakness for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I'll tell you what, I thought this game might have ended up a little bit closer than it was, but Patrick Mahomes won his 55th game, tied for second most in his first 70 starts in the NFL. And it was just a butt whipping. And here's the thing. I have Marquez Valdez-Scantling and I have Mecole Hardman, but I have them on the bench because I don't know which one of them is going to end up being the man. And this week they were both the man. It's not doing me any good. I'm going to have to trade these guys because I can't ever decide which one will be the man when I need him to be the man. But everybody seemed to be the man for the Chiefs. But the thing that was interesting to see is Christian McCaffrey came out. Yeah, it was like he's been on the 49ers all year. He did fine. Yeah. No problems with McCaffrey. Garoppolo did throw an interception, so that hurt. But yeah, it wasn't the offense of the 49ers that got played. It was the defense. The defense just could not step up against the Chiefs. And they were on fire. I mean, there's no stopping them. So if nobody has anything to say about that, we'll move on.
Well, I mean, the Chiefs. I mean, come on. You guys didn't know the Chiefs are going to go in there and just footprint the 49ers?
The Chiefs have not been as dominant as normal. They've been a little bit hit and miss this season. So I was actually surprised to see them go full throttle like this.
I wasn't, but that's just because I don't believe in the 49ers very much this
season.
Well,
but the two of their starting 11 are all that's left on that defensive team. The defensive side of the football, 2 out of the first 11 that started the season. The other guys are injured.
Well, the other thing is Miami narrowly escaping a loss to the Steelers. We already talked about that earlier with Fish Tank's analysis. I don't know if we need any more than that. That team is just going to, I don't know. They're going to need a minute, I guess. Things ain't going well. All right, let's see. I've got just a couple minutes, so let's get caught up on the text line. Berg says, happy short show, guys. Thank you there, Berg. And congratulations on beating my ass this week in fantasy football. Jiggy says, I feel the same about Reich. I don't think he's cut out for this. I don't remember which coach I was talking about when I said to make you say that, but I agree. Random Texture says, I don't think Brady has the same vib and vigor to play. I see a week 8 retirement. No, listen, he can have a moment. He's in the middle of a divorce. The team is not catching the balls he's throwing to them accurately. He may be going through some stuff right now. Trust me, he's in a game or so. You'll be back to seeing him as normal. Just the rest of the team's going to join him in that notion.
And you said Todd Bowles. That's who you were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, we should fire his ass. And I'm not even a Buccaneers fan. Chief Skull says, Keon, I want to say thank you to your Commandos for beating the Packers this weekend. Go Tyler Heineken. Bala51 says, how did the Bucs lose that game? They have to be the worst team in the league. No, there's clearly worse.
By the way, credit to PJ Walker and Taylor Heineke, a couple of former XFL guys winning on Sunday.
This is the weird ass kind of year this is. We're going to talk tomorrow about how this year is jacked up wrong. Yeah, this year is the NFL. This is like 2023 is a crack addict. That's what it seems like. This is the crack addict year for the NFL. Screaming Eagle says Nathaniel Hackett leaving is good news for the Broncos. What's going to happen to George Patton? Wait, did some news break that I don't know about? We suspected he might be going. Hefty Lefty says, I don't think Hackett is a good coordinator anymore either. Team got him help for the game management part of being a head coach, and that actually improved a little bit. His playing calling is ass, and in-game offense adjustments non-existent. That's kind of the job duties of a coordinator there. Rodgers and LaFleur, best makeup they could ever use on that pig there. All right, Hefty with a lot to say right there in that brief mount. Cardinal Art says, Randy, may me, you, Jeffrey, and Keon too have a cold one and a shot of your finest whiskey. Great show, guys. Thanks, Cardinal Art. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Pour that man a drink. And Boomer Sooner says, did you guys see Kurt Warner's son starting quarterback for Temple University? No, I didn't know that. How's he playing? You'll have to tell us tomorrow. I don't know who this is, but 8455 says, Staley is the guy who thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. Turns out he clearly isn't.
Yeah, he's got a whole lot of that. And
you know who else is like that? Richard Sherman. All right, guys, we got to go. That's it. That's all the time we have. Coming up next, you've got NFL Monday Night Football, Bears at Patriots. Blender back tomorrow at 3 p.m. right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brad Musburger, and you're tuned